just making sure where we want to be defensively in terms of covering and closing gaps. I think in preseason there's been a couple of times we've taken what I would call soft goals that we didn't need to take, and making sure that we're sharp offensively, meeting with the guys so they understand exactly what their role is and what our expectations are, of them.
Will there be personnel moves, or does that depend on the CBA?
I think we're waiting to see that, resolve itself, and then we'll have a clear picture rather than try and make decisions based on a muddy picture. We want to get a clear picture, and then, then we'll make some decisions. We'll know how everything's working between the Sounders and S2 and all of those things, call-ups and loans downs and all, how all that gets affected. And then we'll make some final decisions. But as I said earlier, we're not done at this stage.
Brad, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Brad had said Saturday after the last Tucson game that he thought the CBA was on players' minds. Are you picking up on that in any sort of way?
Yeah, I'm sure it's on their minds, and one of the things I've held back off as a coach is, I don't want to, go in there and say, all right, here we go, let's go, and then all of a sudden, it's not let's go for a while. So, I want to wait till that all gets resolved. I think everybody will feel better, from both sides, and hopefully it will.
Is it hard preparing for the season, kind of with this looming over it?
No, you just prepare as if you would normally, but, I think anybody would be lying if they said it didn't enter the back of their minds. It certainly enters the back of your mind, but you just try and proceed as if things are going to go from day to day.
Cristian is over here still with the first team. I saw Darwin was over with S2. Is Darwin the only guy that was with you guys at the end of camp in Arizona that's over with S2 now?
Yeah, and that's going to be really a thing that changes at times from day to day, so like for example, Correa got injured a little bit today, so if he's not able to go tomorrow, we're gonna go to Ezra and say, hey, we need this player, this position, we want to play 10v10. So we're always probably going to train with numbers somewhere between 18 and 22, in terms of field players, and sometimes it'll depend on the day as to who's with us and who's with them.
Generally, when a team brings in a new general manager, it'd be because they're struggling. In your guys' case, it was different. Just what's that relationship with you and Garth been like through the first couple of months, and how's that going with you guys?
It's been good. He's been successful where he's at, and there's things that he's done there that certainly we can use and implement and bring on board, and there's things that we've done that they didn't do that hopefully he'll be able to bring on board as well and implement into his style. So I think it's just a merging of styles and understanding of how we each go about our business. But as I said earlier, the key's always been for our organization in Seattle, in that it's been very open. There's been a very good dialogue. People aren't afraid to share their opinions, and I think that's what's helped us an awful lot to have success, is because we in the back rooms we definitely argue sometimes and disagree, but when we come out the front door, we're all pulling the rope in the same direction, and I think that's been our MO from day one.
Is there anything in the early going that he's brought different, or things that kind of jumped out at you?
Likes pizza. No, certainly he's a very bright individual. You don't have the education that he has, or work for a law firm, or have had success he has without having good intelligence and being smart and being on the spot. And he's definitely an action type guy. So when questions get raised, he tries to get them answered as quickly as possible, and so to get us moving forward as quickly as possible. And that's been something that he really emphasizes, and it's been good.
How's Ozzy's recovery going?
It's going good. Today was a harder work day for him, so we're stepping him up. He still has an afternoon session to go as well, and so he's on par. Probably a little bit ahead of where we expected. So it's just a matter of now seeing when we can hand him over entirely to the fitness staff, and he can do more ball work and so forth.
Any timeline yet on when you think he'll be back fully?
No.
He's the only potential first 11 guy who's even questionable for this weekend?
Yeah, at this stage. Yeah.
Is Roldan a potential replacement for him the opening day of the season, or is he still developing a little bit far away from being able to fill that role right away?
He's developing. He's doing well. I don't want to put any undue pressure on Cristian. In terms of saying he could be a possible starter. I mean, I think in the middle of midfield, we've got Pineda, we've got Azero, we've got Rose. Those three guys are probably still ahead of Cristian at this stage. But Cristian is definitely, if you go to 4, he's in that block of 4, and he's definitely adapting to the speed of play, and he's adjusting really well.
Zach was saying that he can sense that the team is more comfortable this year when he looks back to where they're at now as opposed to other kind of coming off of preseason, this beginning of the season, because you guys didn't make as many roster moves. Is that something you're seeing as well with this group?
It's good. It's good to be comfortable, because there's certain things that brings with it, and familiarity with your teammates, and going into practices, sort of knowing what to expect and going about your business. But you want to make sure that being comfortable doesn't make you complacent. And I think last year was good as well, because people were maybe fighting for positions and jarred awake at times. But I think we still have a good mix of that. They know that there's still competition that exists there as we move forward, and so hopefully we can combine the best of that knowledge of each other, along with also knowing that there's still competition and work to be done.
What have you seen from Andres Correa so far during the preseason in Arizona?
He's been good offensively. He brings a lot of qualities, in that position. His ability to go forward. He's pretty comfortable with the ball. Those are all positive things for him. Defending wise, he got caught a couple of times, so we need to continue to work on that aspect. But I think potentially, he's a guy who definitely we see in the future of our team and our club, and we think he can continue to grow and develop.
How has Mears looked going into the
Mears has done all right. Mears has done solidly. He's defended well, and I thought he's gone forward, at key times, getting us into some good positions. His crossing is pretty good, so that's a plus. So I've been happy with Tyrone.
Okay.